Hi and welcome along to a video with me, Jo. So today I'm going to be talking about why vegans struggle to hit their protein. It's not because they're not trying, and it's not because they're not eating good food, it's just they're not eating the right foods. I've been vegan for 8 years now. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So you've been told that chickpeas or lentils or quinoa or black beans are great sources of protein. They're not. They're a carb source with a little bit of protein too. So this is where most people are going wrong. They're eating loads of carbs thinking that they're getting protein, and therefore they're just feeling hungry, bloated, not satiated, and they're definitely not getting the weight loss or the fat loss results that they're after. So in this video, I'm going to show you what protein sources you can eat as a vegan to help you with your weight loss goals, to help you tone up, to help with your muscle building goals, so you can eat double the protein without eating double the amount of calories and the extra carbs. And when you make these swaps, you'll be feeling fuller for longer, more satisfied, better energy levels, less slumping and dipping throughout the day. And you're going to feel satisfied because you're going to notice those results coming much, much quicker. So this is one of the things that I've found time and time and time again from coaching one-to-one clients, speaking to groups, running classes, having conversations with people who just want to try a more plant-based diet. They're always thinking, oh, I've got to eat beans and chickpeas and lentils, and that's the only way I'm going to get my protein. It's just not true. These are brilliant accompaniments. The way I like to think about it is protein wants to be the centerpiece of your meal. So the protein sources that we want: tofu, tempeh, seitan, TVP, even vegan substitute meats are generally pretty high protein. Vegan protein powder. If we take that as the main source of our protein and the centerpiece of our meal, and then we use things like this to supplement it and decorate our centerpiece, we're going to have a well-rounded, balanced, protein-rich meal. And therefore, we are going to feel fuller. We're going to notice the weight loss and the fat loss and maintain that muscle mass and create that beautiful tone that so many of us are after. I'm not saying that chickpeas or lentils or black beans or quinoa is not good for you. I'm not saying that whatsoever. They're brilliant sources of fiber. They've got micronutrients in it, and they taste nice, and they're brilliant at bulking out meals. But if we're looking for high protein, then this is not what we're after. We have to be clever with what we're doing, and we have to be mindful, and we have to be aware. Otherwise, we can't make any changes that are going to benefit us. Fiber is super important, as is protein. So we don't want to cut this out necessarily. We just want to make sure that we're using it in the correct way to meet our goals and our needs. So tofu is probably my favorite form of protein. Super versatile. Make sure you cook it right though. The first time I tried it, it was absolutely disgusting. I just cut it into chunks and tried frying it, and it was like eating sloppy slop, flavorless slop. And nobody wants to eat that, do they? So you can cut it into chunks, bung it in the air fryer with herbs and spices on it. So versatile. You can bung it in the oven, make it go crispy. Tofu scramble is really great. Just crumble it up and then add herbs and spices and stuff into it, and it's like scrambled egg. And you get about 15 to 20 grams of protein per serving with that. Tempeh is fermented soybeans, basically. So it's a slightly denser texture. You don't even have to cook it. The smoked one is delicious. Just cut it into slices and just eat that. And you can make all sorts of things with it. Again, super versatile, and it's got about 18 to 22 grams of protein per serving. So you can have that as your centerpiece and then put these things with it. Or if you're making a lentil dal, just add tofu or tempeh or seitan or TVP into it, and then suddenly you've got a really protein-rich, filling, balanced meal. Seitan is probably one of the highest protein vegan sources there is out there. And you can just rip it into chunks, so it looks a bit like bits of chicken. So great for curries, pies, stir fries, salads, all sorts. Super versatile again, absorbs the flavour of what you put it in, and it's really, really tasty. And it's got about 25 grams of protein per serving. Vegan protein powder. I mean, in an ideal world, we would not get our food from any ultra processed food whatsoever. We would get it all from whole foods. Obviously, that's the ideal. Sadly, we don't live in an ideal world anymore. The food system has been hijacked, and it's hard to get all the nutrients we need from the foods out there from a whole food diet without supplementation if we want to stay within a calorie range that sees us in a deficit if that's our goal to try and lose weight, lose fat. So having things like a protein powder can be a game changer. If you're eating good, balanced meals most of the time, supplementing the odd meal with a scoop of protein powder here and there, I don't think we have a problem with it. It's going to keep your protein up, you're going to feel satiated, more energized for your workouts, recovery is going to be quicker, fat is going to fall off much faster, and you're going to maintain that muscle so you keep or make that tone that you're after. I like to think of it as a pyramid. So at the top of our pyramid, we've got our tofu, tempeh, seitan, TVP, all the high protein centerpieces of our table. And then in the middle layer, we've got other things like soya yogurt, edamame beans, black bean pasta, these kind of swaps that are high protein, low carb options. And then underneath that, that's where this sits, our carby sources with a little bit of protein in it. And if we work from the top down, we're always going to hit our protein goals. It's as simple as that. So a lot of people will say, yeah, but seitan, isn't that processed? And vegan protein powders, that's processed. Yep, so's hummus. Just because it's processed doesn't necessarily mean that it's unhealthy. And like I've said, if you balance it out with a good range of healthy foods that include lots of micronutrients and antioxidants and vitamins and minerals that we need, you're going to be all right. We want balance, not perfection. So if at the moment you're looking at your current meals and you're looking at that pyramid and you're thinking, the majority of mine are made up with that bottom tier of my pyramid. If you just switch one meal, so you go top tier, maybe add a bit of the middle, then supplement it with the bottom tier, you are going to notice a phenomenal difference in how you feel, how your body responds, and how you look. So I hope this has been helpful. Subscribe to my channel. There's going to be more videos like this as well as all the workout ones too. And if you're curious about finding out a little bit more or you'd like one-to-one coaching support, hit the link in the description and let's have a chat.